Welcome, everyone, to Dragon's Corner Productions. First time here for a long form reading? Absolutely. You're more than welcome to stay. These readings may not resonate with you, but if they do, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Make sure to leave a comment because I love interacting with you guys. I've been a professional reader, professional paranormal investigator, metaphysical worker for the better part of 15 years, and I want to offer some readings to you guys on a weekly basis, horoscope based readings, kind of however where I'm guided to do readings with. But if you want to see something particular, leave a comment down below because I really do like hearing from you guys. So without any further ado, I'm going to give you what to expect for about February 20th to about the 25th, 26th. You want to call it a horoscope reading, you want to call it whatever you wish, but it's going to be kind of a look ahead for this week so that you have a better idea of what to look for. So without any further ado, let's get started, shall we? So as I said, what can we expect for this week, February 20th to the 25th? Anything that we need to know, anything our guides and spirit wants us to have the heads up on? What do we need to know for the 20th to the 25th of February? Okay, first of all, we're going to end up having to we're going to have a bit of sense of loss with this week. Not necessarily in the fact that we might be losing somebody, but we are going to be working on uh, kind of losing things that weren't necessarily serving us. But it's going to be something that's going to be very near and dear that we're really going to have to make sure that we take the time to process it, that we work through that energy, that we work through that the emotions that are tied to it, because that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that we go through that. What do we have for our next one? There we go. And the reasoning that we need to kind of learn to let go with what's going on is we're going to have to right some wrongs. So this week, you're going to end up having a great deal of challenges that are going to come up that are going to kind of push yourself to work on balance. They're going to push yourself to really make sure that you get, as this card would say here, it isn't very clear, justice. But the thing is we're going to be doing so through the element of the wind. And wind, you feel its effects, you see its effects, but you don't necessarily see it. And so this is going to be a sense of justice in more than likely the spiritual aspect, in regards to you're going to have to come to peace with a lot of things that are kind of coming on, because that will not be a very positive outcome for you if you do not do that. And let's do this. Let's pull this next one out. Yeah, there we go. Because this week is going to be a week where you are really going to be tested in your spiritual beliefs, in your knowledge of the universe, and in your own personal challenges as well, to push your own boundaries, to push your own, how shall we say, limits and comfort zones, because spirit is there. Your guides want to let you know that you have to push yourself. You have to keep growing. You have to keep willing to learn, and your spirit is there. And this here, the gold around it represents the earth. So we are really going to have to make sure that we are putting the effort in, because nothing just comes to those who wait. You're going to have to really work. You're going to have to really push things through. You're really going to have to make sure that you do some focus on some self-healing, do some focus on being able to forgive others. Because as you come into more of a awake state, you're going to have to, it's going to be ever more prevalent that that is indeed where we're going to have to go with things. Oh, there we go. Well, this one came up first, so we'll work out this one. There we go. Here, see what I'm talking about? This card here. This card here, to me, is about your balance. About the way I like to look at it is the earth, like I keep saying, it doesn't give up without work, but it always gives. And it's always beneath your feet. It's always solid. And so you're going to need to make sure that you are going to be very solid in your belief system, in your foundation, in what you're working through, because without this, the next few days, or the next, maybe even next week perhaps, might be a little bit challenging. So you want to make sure that you have your pillars or your four corners of your reality in check. And this is going to come in the form of personal challenges, but of this far, it's a good mix. It's a good mix of kind of business focus, and it's a good mix of, it's a very good mix of just like it's going to be an overall kind of, it's going to be a growth week for us in general. Oh, I guess these two are the next two that are coming out. Because you got, okay, yeah. So yeah, so you got this card here. You're gonna have an absolutely awesome experience. You're gonna have an experience that it's going to really make yourself go, wow, that, wow. Like it's going to be such an awe-inspiring experience that you're going to end up running into this week. And it's just going to click. It's going to be something that's going to just kind of come out of nowhere, and it's just going to click. It's just going to, like, you're going to be working on something. Again, the earth around the outside that represents the earth. So you're going to be working on something, and it's just going to just go, oh, that's it? Really? And this is going to be something so profound. It's going to be in this next card here that's going to tie to it. It's going to be in the regards of relationships. Something is just going to click, and it's going to click with a very specific individual where it's a person that you wouldn't have necessarily given them the time of day before. But the thing is this person isn't just going to make things easy for you. They're going to push you. They're going to ensure that you are the best person you can be, even if you just meet this person. Chances are this person is already in your life, but they haven't you haven't given them much of an opportunity in order to kind of make that epiphany happen. Because this here is going to be very important. You're going to have to want to experience this. You're going to want to make sure that you put yourself out there for that experience. As if you close yourself off to that experience, it's going to make things very it's going to make the experience a little lackluster, if that makes any sense. And now let's see what our runes are going to say for this week. So I used the elderfuthark runes. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And the runes kind of concur with everything that these are kind of saying, but they're giving me a bit more insight. And this rune here is basically embodies the message of you reap what you sow. And so then the reason why I said here is this is how it's all supposed to be. It's this part here about having a loss this week, having to really look at yourself, give yourself a good hard look. And it's going to be probably a loss for friendship. And actually, you see here, you got the same two runes here and here. So that it's going to be all tied together. So you're going to have the loss of a relationship that wasn't necessarily going to be it wasn't a positive experience for you. It wasn't a positive relationship for you. However, that relationship has really forced you to work on yourself, to be able to push yourself so that you can learn, so you can grow, so that you can basically get yourself ready to be open for this gift. This is Gifu, which is the Viking rune for gift. And if you didn't have this experience here with this individual where you're going to have to end up letting go, then you won't be open to being able to accept this gift of this new experience, this gift of having that confidence of being able to connect with yourself, to be able to connect with the energies around you. And that's what you need to do, is you need to be open to that. And that's what this card is saying here, is that you need to be open to connecting with yourself and being just aware of your surroundings. Because the cognitive definition of being intuitive is a hyper awareness of your surroundings. And with that being said, it doesn't really matter how you get your messages, whether it's through your surroundings, through experiences with others. You have to be open with this gift. And that's what you have to, that's what you're going to have to keep an eye out for. And you got this nice, this combination here, which then ties back to here. This is the rune need. And it basically, it's the same as Isa, except it's got a line going between it. And that represents the fact that you're going to need to take some time to reflect. You're going to take some time to reflect on your what was bothering you about this relationship, so that you can go forward with this new individual, because new individual might show flags of having similar traits in that relationship, but that's just going to be your perception on it. And so what you're really going to want to make sure you do is you're going to want to make sure that you pay very close attention to your own triggers, pay very close attention to your own well-being, to your own things, and make an evaluation of whether or not you should really be considering that this potential relationship. And I don't see it being a relationship of romantic pursuit, but it is going to be one of passion. So it might be a new friend you're going to make. It might even be a romantic relationship, but it's not necessarily going to be a romantic relationship. But you're going to have to make sure that you take the time to really examine what you want out of it. And last but not least, what can you expect out of all this? What can you expect out of all this? I'm gonna do one more. Okay, so this is a bit of a unique combination. So this card here, you're gonna have to make sure, like I said, you really set your boundaries. That you really make sure that you handle this this individual quite well, because they're going to be they themselves are going to be coming from a place of challenge, a place of uncomfortableness, a place of they're going to be they may be in a dark place themselves, but that's going to then give both of you a unique opportunity to really just help one another out, to grow with one another, to start that path where you are going to be working and growing together, because that's what it's all about. That's what this is about. You're going to meet, like you have to be able to let go of your old prejudices, so that you can essentially be open to a new way of thinking. And it's going to come in the form of meeting this other individual, or the realization that this individual itself is there, and they're going to help you, and they're going to work with you, and you're going to work with them. But it's not going to be easy, but you got it.